I'm Amile Wilson, and I'm a producer and director. I've heard about this program in the Playwrights Lab for years through SETC. And then when I started looking at an opportunity to further my education, take some classes, I was reminded of it through Google searches about directing programs and remembered how much I'd liked the program and how interesting it had been. So a low-residency program is really condensed and really busy and really active, and one of the big questions is how are you going to get all of this done in a 6-week period? But it's that intensity that really lends itself to the quality of work that gets done. You aren't thinking about other things, you aren't focused on other things, you're focused on getting projects done. In 6 weeks' time, I've directed 2 10-minute plays and 1 staged reading of a substantial 1-act. You get a significant amount of time to direct, and to direct in a context that you normally wouldn't be. I've directed a lot. I've never directed a new play before. And the style and the texture that you bring into developmental directing is very different than what you bring into a traditional directing model. So it was a whole new technique that was put in my tool chest. Bob Moss is truly a living legend. And seeing him work, you walk in thinking that you've done something well, and then you present it to Bob Moss, and he's able to show just the nuances of refinement that can make it even that much better. Everyone brought their best work into that class and was shown a dozen ways to make it even better. So a big part of what goes into the directing certificate is collaborating with a playwright to help develop that play. For Sean and I, working together was this incredible connection. We trusted each other. Because we were dedicated to the idea of the play, and to the point that we were going along and refining things and working together, and it was truly collaborative throughout the entire process. And you get to see what it's like to take a script that needs some refinement and work with actors and get their feedback, work with the writer, and make the play the best it can be. Overnight Sensations is this 24-hour play festival that's put on alongside with Mill Mountain Theater. And it is the first opportunity of the semester to really get in, get your hands dirty, and direct a brand new play from beginning to end and mount it. Not only do you get to suddenly experience all of the things you've been learning in class, putting them to use, and go, oh my gosh, this has influenced how I work. But you also get the experience in a micro scale of working with a playwright to evaluate their play, make what changes are necessary to make the play the best it can be. Playwriting at its heart is all about story, and directing is about how you make those stories come to life. So in taking playwriting classes, you're learning about the nuances of how to interpret that story so that your directing becomes not about what you bring in, but what you bring out of the text. You really get to exegete the text based off of what's there and not what you're trying to force. That's what you learn in a playwriting class as a director. If you're a working professional or even just a working hobbyist who wants to get better at the craft of directing, but doesn't have the money, the time, the energy to take 3 full years and devote to an MFA, coming in these low residency, intense programs gives you the full experience, but without limiting your ability to go and direct professionally throughout the rest of the year, or your ability to go and make a living throughout the rest of your year. That is one of the biggest draws that this program has.